What's up, everybody? Peacemaker Season 2 came out last night, 6 o'clock. I don't know when this episode's dropping. I'm not really in charge of that. I watched it last night, my wife and I, curled up in bed, got our John Cena on. I'm not sure how big of a fan you were of Season 1. I was a very, very big fan. I loved the hell out of it. I just rewatched it about a week ago to get ready for Season 2. And I'm glad I did. Although Season 2 does seem to be starting off on its own terms, which I'm actually appreciative of. There's a long break between Season 1 and Season 2. But, here we go. Fair warning, I'm releasing this for sure at least a few days after it came out. Even this is after it came out. But I am going to talk spoilers. I think that TV shows live in a vacuum and they happen real fast. And if you didn't watch it yet, that's on you. And you can turn this off right now and come back to me later. At least I hope you come back to me later. No, you don't have to. But here we go. Season 2 starts with, we get a little bit of a revisionist of how the ending of the last one went with the Justice League. I gotta say, I like it. I'm not a huge fan of Supergirl being there because we haven't really seen Supergirl yet. We just kind of sort of drunkenly stumble into the end of Superman, but that's fine. I guess it's fine. But they said Justice Gang, and then Superman and Supergirl were there, who are not part of the Justice Gang, as made very clear by Guy Gardner throughout all of Superman. So I'm getting real specific on this, probably more so than I need to be. But I noticed it, is all I'm going to say. And then we get into, let's set up this series, or this season. It turns out that big magical closet that Peacemaker's racist fuck of a dad had is actually a multi-dimensional multiverse thing. In the after episode documentary thing, behind the scenes, James Gunn mentions there's 99 doors that lead to 99 universes, not 52, but that's okay. I don't know why I care about it being 52. It's been more and less than that at different times. I guess I'm stuck in my ways. But we get a whole bunch of different realities in there, which is pretty cool. We get Peacemaker going to a reality where his dad, at least as far as we know right now, wasn't a dick, and his brother is still alive, played by Pam's ex-husband or ex-fiance from The Office. I'm never going to remember that guy's name. He's always going to be Pam's ex-fiance, even though he's become a pretty accomplished actor, and he's really good. Go check out Rebel Ridge. He's great in that. I should learn his name. That's on me. My bad, dude. But it's cool. It's cool that everything's alive. Things are different. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about more multiverse stuff. Not DC's fault. The multiverse has been played to death. I'm looking at you, Marvel. Looking hard at you. But let's give it a shot. I like James Gunn. James Gunn's done good stuff with weird things before, and multiverses, but naturally kind of weird. So if I'm going to pull it off, there's a very strong chance he's going to be the guy to do it. So I'm in. Let's talk a little bit more specifics. We get a new opening sequence. The Foxy something band, new song. Not Wigwam, which I felt it. The dance is great. The video is great. It is not Do You Want to Taste It? And I'm sure it will grow on me. I'm, like I said, stuck in my ways, creature of habit. But the new dance, it did not grab me in the way the first one did. And maybe that's because I expected it. I didn't expect it from the first one. I was expecting something here. And then, when things don't match your expectations, you sometimes get a little squirrely. So I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to give a few more tries. I like the sequence of it all. I like seeing characters like, ooh, I don't know you yet. I don't know you yet. Who are these new people? I'm excited for all that. That's pretty cool. But it did not have that explosive, let's fucking go attitude that Do You Want to Taste It had. And that's okay, because this season also doesn't have that vibe to it. And when you're looking at season 2 of a show, especially after a season like Peacemaker season 1, it can kind of go one of two ways. It can go yep, it was a lot of fun being stupid and crazy. We're going to amp it the fuck up. Or it can go, the stuff that really worked, and the main reason people still go back to season 1 is because there is actually a relatable conflict here. Beyond, butterflies from space. There was actual real emotions. Peacemaker killed his brother. violently and like thought he didn't like that. Yeah, that was messed up. Hard to watch messed up. And now we're going in on that. The 11th Street kids are in a bleak position across the board. Adebayo, as put so eloquently by Economos, is living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto, one of my favorite lines of the entire episode. Harcourt has been diagnosed with toxic masculinity, which in a very toxic masculinity way was like, bullshit, I'm gonna go get in a fight. Like, the shoe fits, Harcourt. And, you know, just throwing it out there again, I know if you ever listen to my podcast, Binge Buddies, No Wrong Time to Rock, we did an entire breakdown of the entire first season, and we kept just singing the praises of Harcourt, Jennifer Holland, like, and man, she's good. I'm annoyed we don't see her more. Like, she just brings it. Like, what an accomplished actor from somebody I really didn't know much at all before seeing her in DC stuff. I wish she was everywhere. She's very, 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 very good. Yeah, that's it. But I love her whole, like, it, you know, mirrors back to the first season where she got in that fight and she's like, fuck you, everyone. I'm a badass. I'm going to strut out of here. Tries to do that shit again. Doesn't go as well. She gets the shit kicked out of her. And it's hard to watch. Because I like Harcourt. She's going through some rough times. Amanda Waller might be in jail for being a fuckhead. But, yeah, she's still messing with Harcourt. Harcourt can't get a job anywhere because the only skills she has is brick throwing and frog being. Sorry, I had to. Only skills she has is being a spy. And no one will let her be a spy. That's kind of messed up. On the other side of the secret spy business, we have Rick Flag Sr., who you can tell, like, if you watch Creature Commandos, is still doing his job, and he's still very good at his job, but he's mourning his son. They already kind of laid the groundwork for that just a little bit in that show. If you don't watch Creature Commandos, go back and watch Creature Commandos. It's fantastic. But I like the way they're dealing with Rick Flag, because he's not obsessed, but he's obsessed, if that makes sense. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. I don't know much more beyond that. We have the Justice Gang. They show up for a little bit with a mic that doesn't work, which is very James Gunny humor. I'm into that. The poor white bunny. I didn't remember who she was. I had to look her up. It's like, oh, Batman villain from 2011. Explains why I don't really know her. It seems kind of like a one-off. But it was funny seeing her like storm out in tears. And then you hear that Sean Gunn, Maxwell Lord, was just ripping on her the whole time. It's like, oh my God, how much of that did she hear? It's pretty funny. I liked all that. But, you know, last but not least, I got to talk a little bit about John Cena. John Cena to me was not somebody I ever gave a shit about. I'm not into wrestling. I'm not taking a shot at wrestling. If you're into wrestling, that's great. I'm not into wrestling. So I didn't really know much about him. And then as he started popping up stuff, I remember when he was in Blockers, I'm like, oh, he was surprisingly good in Blockers, but he still doesn't have my cup of tea. And then I saw the Suicide Squad. Man, he was good in that. But he was funny. But he had a few moments where he had to be serious, and he did it. But I'm like, I don't know if he's got this. Peacemaker Season 1 sold me. Season 2, Episode 1, I am sold. He can do anything. I am so into John Cena. I think he's an absolutely phenomenal actor. He can be funny. He can be serious. He is just absolutely great. Him getting just coked out of his mind in his rainy day Coke bag and then having a gargantuan orgy, which I've called a lot for equal opportunity nudity. Woo! This show brought that almost to an insane amount. Yeah, I just kept having that South Park wieners, floppy wieners. It's going through my head a whole bunch because there was a lot of floppy wieners. Lots of naked people. Just everyone's naked all over the place. It was nuts. So I got distracted with the nudity. But John Cena was absolutely phenomenal. Him meeting his dad, having a conversation with his brother, really, really, really good, powerful stuff. And I'm excited for more. I'm excited for more. I'm going to keep doing these weekly, every time an episode comes out. So if I miss some details you want to hear me talk about, sound off in the comments. I hope you liked it as much as I did. And link, like, subscribe, all that nonsense. See ya.